Hey, good morning. This is Charles Folkart on May 17, 2017. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting this channel. I want to get right to it. This is about Kapner and his travel expenses for the year, I believe it was 2014. We're going to get to that in a minute. Before we do that, though, I wanted to show you something that I see quite a bit. We're at the video I posted back April 10th on Kapner, and as you can see, the likes far outweigh the thumbs down. This comment was in the inbox this morning when I woke up. One Jewish judge turned this man into this? I don't think so. This guy, meaning me, obviously failed in his work, overextended himself, and probably the wife walked. He lost everything, and it is the Jew's fault. Sadly, he looks like a nice man. I don't feel sorry for him because he can't take responsibility for his actions, inactions, and the channel of hate, and channel the hate. And this kind of a comment simply amazes me, because here, if he's a white guy and his name, if it's a real name, Walt Blank, why he would take the side of a Jew over a fellow Caucasian, non-Jew Caucasian, is beyond me, unless he's a shilling for the Jew. But I don't want to go there. But I want to just respond to this kind of a comment. Number one, I don't want to spend too much time supporting the fact that my business was very sound. I did not overextend myself. My wife, my ex-wife, filed for separation and then eventually divorce in 1995. Early January 1995. It wasn't until late 1998, almost 4 years later, that I filed for bankruptcy. As I've said many times, my business was not bankrupt. And then number two, this Judge Alan Jaroslovsky, he came right out in open court and said, I have never, in the 12 years I've been on the bench, given a man back his business, over the objection of his ex-wife. What do you mean by give a man back? I didn't give the business to you in the first place, Mr. Jaroslovsky. You have no legal authority to take my business from me. I was seeking federal protection. Federal law was supposed to rule in my case. I'm going to put this in here as an edit, and I was going to make a separate video on this, but I want to put this in here as an edit. I sought federal protection. Protection. You understand what that word means? I want the court, the law, Chapter 11, Title 11, United States Code. I went into the court seeking protection from everyone that was picking away at my wealth. The corrupt court trustee in the lower district court, they were taking my assets. My ex-wife had no idea what to do. It took me over 20 years to build up the business, and she ruined it in less than 3. That's what women do. They don't care how much harm they do to the children, the ex-husband, the business, the wealth of the family. They don't care. They want to ruin the man. That's well known, folks. And here's the law. I didn't file for Chapter 7. I filed for Chapter 11 and to reorganize. I'm not going to go any further than that, but you know, you people that take the side of a Jew, if I was a female and I was out on the street and I got raped and I ran into a woman's shelter for protection, and then the people, maybe the husband or somebody that works in the woman's shelter, they rape me again, you would think that would be horrible, wouldn't it? Why is it when I run into a federal court for protection and the Jew judge financially rapes me, and he says he does that to every other man whose wife wants him to financially rape their husbands because they themselves can't do it, you think it's the victim's fault? You got something wrong with your head, people, when you think that. And this man, Jaroslovsky, has been financially raping men that come into his court seeking financial protection for 30 years. And you don't say a word about what he's doing. You became the law. You took the law into your own hands, and you decided what you were going to do with the man's business that he had worked for over 20 years, hard work, long days, hard work, risk. You took it out of his hands and you gave it to your trustees so they could disperse my family's assets, and you've done that for 30 years. Now let's get back to this guy, Walt Blank. If my house would have burnt down, you might say, oh, wow, that's too bad. The man's out in the street. Let's get together and let's work with him and let's help him put his house back up or build a new one. But no. A Jew judge takes not only my house, but everything I own, all of my wealth, takes it all away, plus my ability to earn an income, because that's how I was making a living at the time. I was a real estate developer in my mid to late 40s at the time, and now I cannot no longer earn a living as a real estate developer. He takes it away from me, and yet it's somehow my fault, and you blame the victim. I don't know where you get that kind of thinking, but that's Jew thinking to me. Let's move on to Mr. Kapner. These Jews make me absolutely sick, and that's why I continue to hammer Kapner, because he's someone who's taking your money and you don't get it yet. But let's go have a look at Form 990 for 2015 that Kapner has to file. It's a public record, and I want to show you just one thing on this public Form 990. Let's go have a look at that, shall we? Before we go to the form, let's have a look at Brother Nathaniel Foundation. This is his vision. This is what he says he's going to do with the money that you send him. We will petition to erect a nativity scene at the White House lawn. What a joke. We will demand equal time and more for Christian symbols. In other words, Roman Catholic symbols like the crucifix and the cross and all the icons. That's what he's going to do for in exchange for the money that you foolish Caucasians send him. Brother Nathaniel's street evangelism will be supported by a legal team on staff, folks. Okay, on staff. He's going to pay them to not just by the hour when he needs them, but on staff. That's important, folks. I'm going to get to that in the future. We will work to keep the internet free. Okay, fine. Thank you, Mr. Milton. We will support current media outlets and own resources to bring factual news to the American people who are being denied this. We will start an education program to bring wholesome sexual ideology to public schools. So I haven't seen any of that. If any of you people know of any of these programs that Kapner is supposed to have developed, then this was printed in 2009. He's had 8 years to bring it about. We will begin a publishing arm. Excuse me, Mr. Kapner, I don't know of any publishing arm you've began, and you're going to publish censored books. Hey, maybe you can publish my censored book there, huh? How bro, Nat? We'll expose the Zionist state of Israel as the Antichrist state due to its denial that Jesus is the Jewish Messiah. Well, hey, I got news for you there, bro. Jesus is not the Jewish Messiah, but that's a topic for another time. And we will enjoin members of the military to join us in our mission to promote Christ's teaching, blah, 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 blah. You notice that there's nothing there. Well, first of all, there's several things there that he hasn't even begun, as far as I can tell. So he's not doing what he said he was going to do with the money. But let's just go look at one item that caught my eye, folks. Just one item. Travel. Let's go have a look at that, shall we? Okay, this is the form, like I said, Form 990 filed in 2015 for the previous fiscal year. And I want to show you this here. Look at the expenses that Kapner says he has. $42,351 per year for travel. That's over $3,500 a month, folks, for travel. $3,500 a month. Now, I ask you, every time he does a video, he's always on his condo or his home there at Priest River, and you can see the background every single time. So, and he does one video a week, and he does one article a week. So, you tell me where Nathaniel needs $42,000 or $3,500 a month to travel. So, Bro Kapner on his form here, this public form, says he needs $882 a week for travel expenses, folks. That's where this man says he's spending your money. And like I've said many, many times before, we don't need Kapner to tell us about the Jew. We've got many other reliable sources, both Jewish and non-Jewish. I think of Macau. And we don't need Kapner. We certainly don't need Kapner to take our money, take your money. I wouldn't give this man the dog poo off the bottom of my shoe, folks. But anyway, you go ahead. You think he's special because he's a Jew and he's embraced the Jewish Messiah. You're being duped, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. I promise you I don't have $882 a week in travel expenses. Embrace the love of the truth, and may God the Father and the Lord Jesus Christ, the non-Jew Messiah, non-Jewish Messiah, may their grace be upon us all, for we certainly need it. See ya.
After 25 years making a good living as a successful straight commission salesman of industrial chemicals,